Title: Today we will discuss the future of the automotive industry is not what you think. When you picture the future of the car, what do you see? Probably something sleek and silent, gliding down a futuristic highway. We get excited about range, charging speed, and how fast it goes from 0 to 60. And for the past decade, car companies have been more than happy to sell us on that vision. The electric vehicle, the EV, has been sold to us as the absolute peak of car revolution, the final chapter after a century of the gas engine. But here's the thing, that relentless focus on electric power is a brilliant distraction. It's the perfect, shiny object that keeps us all watching the racetrack while the entire stadium is being rebuilt around us. Because the real revolution, the one that's going to shatter the industry, isn't what's under the hood. It's in the code. It's in the invisible network connecting cars to the world. And it's about to change not just how we drive, but if we drive at all. Let's get one thing straight. The move to electric is a huge deal. Thanks to environmental goals and people actually wanting greener cars, EV sales keep climbing. Recent forecasts suggest they'll make up nearly a quarter of all new cars sold globally in the next couple of years, which is a massive leap forward. It's all thanks to better batteries and more charging stations popping up. Companies like Tesla didn't just build a car. They built a movement and proved that electric cars could be cool, fast, and something you'd actually want to own. The old-school car makers, after a pretty slow start, are now frantically pouring billions into their own EV lineups to grab a piece of the action. The media loves covering the sales race, pitting the legacy giants against the new kids on the block. We all argue about different battery types and whether hybrids are a smart stepping stone or just a way to delay the inevitable. It's a simple story to follow, really. It feels like the steam engine giving way to the diesel train. But by obsessing over what powers the car, we're missing the massive change happening inside the car. While we're arguing about kilowatts, the car has been quietly turning from a piece of machinery into a seriously smart, software-driven gadget on wheels. And that's a much bigger, more disruptive shift than just swapping a gas tank for a battery. So here's the real revolution, the one happening while we're all distracted by the EV sales war. A car is no longer a finished product when it rolls off the assembly line. It's a platform. It's becoming an intelligent, super-connected device that gets better over its lifetime. Think about your phone. You don't buy a new one just to get a new feature. You just download an update. That's the new reality for cars. It's not some far-off dream either. A huge majority of auto executives believe that by 2035, cars will be defined more by their software and AI than their mechanical parts. Automakers are already massively shifting their R&D budgets towards software and digital tech to make it happen. The future isn't about what powers the car, but what controls it. The most valuable part of a vehicle is shifting from its engine to its operating system and its ability to connect to everything else. This is the software-defined vehicle, or SDV, and it's the real engine of change. So what does this shadow revolution actually look like? It's built on 3 pillars that are already changing everything. First, you've got the software-defined vehicle and the subscription model. Your car isn't static anymore. With over-the-air OTA updates, companies can upgrade your car remotely, just like your phone. It started with small things like map and infotainment updates, but now it's getting serious. We're talking about updates that can change how the car's hardware actually performs. For instance, Polestar offered a paid software update that boosted the horsepower of its Polestar 2. Tesla famously sold an acceleration boost that was unlocked entirely with code. And BMW, even after some major public backlash, tried selling subscriptions for things like heated seats. Audi lets you subscribe to features like advanced headlights on a monthly or yearly basis. This completely changes the business model. Instead of one big sale, car makers are looking at a steady stream of income over the life of the car, turning it into a platform for services. The second pillar is the car as a data goldmine. A modern car is a rolling computer, packed with over 100 sensors tracking everything from its location to your driving habits. One connected car can generate up to 25 gigabytes of data every single hour. And as we get closer to full self-driving, that number could explode to an estimated 19 terabytes an hour in some scenarios. This data is worth a fortune. It allows vehicles to talk to each other, to traffic lights, and to the cloud, a system called Vehicle-to-Everything V2X. This constant chatter can be used to manage traffic, prevent accidents by warning other cars about hazards, and even let insurance companies offer discounts based on how you drive. By 2030, it's expected that nearly all new cars sold will be connected, creating a gigantic information network. Your car won't just be transportation. It'll be a key data point for building smart cities and a massive moneymaker for whoever controls the data. The third pillar is a radical change in how cars are even built: the skateboard platform. To make these software-focused cars, manufacturers are ripping up the old rulebook. The skateboard is a flat, self-contained chassis that holds the battery, motors, suspension, all the essentials. This idea, which GM explored with its autonomy concept back in 2002, radically simplifies manufacturing. Instead of creating a unique frame for every model, a company can use one flexible skateboard and just place different bodies, or top hats, on it. Companies from Rivian to manufacturing giant Foxconn are all in on this model. It slashes development time and costs and allows for incredible design flexibility. You can build a sports car, a family SUV, or a delivery van all on the same base, with the main difference being the software that runs it. So what happens when you combine upgradable software, a constant flow of data, and modular manufacturing? You get a future where our relationship with cars is turned completely upside down. The biggest change will probably be the decline of personal car ownership, especially in cities. For years, people have talked about transport as a service, a world of self-driving robotaxi fleets. The early predictions of this happening by 2025 were a bit too eager, but the core idea is more powerful than ever. Why own an expensive asset that just sits in your driveway 95% of the time, when you could just summon a cheap, autonomous car with an app? Fleet operators like Waymo and Cruise are already proving this can work in certain cities. A fleet owner can keep a vehicle running almost 24/7, which makes the cost per mile way lower than owning a car yourself. They won't just be competing with Uber. They'll be competing with the very idea of owning a car for your daily commute. This doesn't mean personal cars will vanish. In rural areas, for hobbies, or for people who just love driving, ownership will stick around. But in big cities, the convenience and cost savings of robot access will be hard to ignore. This could trigger a domino effect: less need for parking, freeing up valuable city space, smoother traffic flow managed by smart systems, and a huge shakeup for businesses built on car ownership, from mechanics to insurance agents. This future also brings up some tough questions. Who's at fault when a self-driving car crashes? How do we protect all the personal data our cars are collecting? And what happens to the millions of people who drive for a living? These aren't easy problems to solve, and we're just now starting to figure them out. So, while everyone is still watching the EV sales numbers, the real story is the quiet, deep transformation of the car into a connected, intelligent device. Switching from gas to electric is just the opening act. The main event is the switch from hardware to software. We're leaving an era where we valued a car for its engine and shifting to one where we'll value it for its operating system and the services it delivers. The future of the auto industry isn't just about changing what's under the hood. It's about reinventing what a car is, and along with it, the very idea of personal freedom and mobility. The car as a product is dying. The car as a service is being born. What do you think? Are you ready to give up the driver's seat for a robotaxi subscription? Or will you always want your own car in the driveway? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more deep dives that cut through the hype, make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.